Is it just me, or most times as a student, your money is never enough? So you're constantly thinking of ways to actually increase your income. Sometimes calling your family members or your parents is not even an option because they've given you the money that you would need for the semester, but for some reason it has finished. So I'm here to help you. So we're going to discuss ways in which you can actually start a business as a student. So hi guys, welcome to the Smiling Professor. My name is Bukola, and today in this video we're going to discuss ways in which you can start a business as a student. So before I go to discuss the points, I would like to have a disclaimer. The first one is I did my undergraduate degree in Africa, so we do not have restriction on starting a business. Actually, the university I did my undergraduate degree in actually encouraged us to start businesses. So please make sure that where you are as a student, encourage business activities and you do not have restriction on your visas. So the first thing you should do if you want to start a business as a student is to identify business gap. Okay, so what do I mean? So as a student, there must be something that your fellow students are complaining about. So there must be a business or a service that is not readily available in your university. I'll give you an example. So when I was doing my undergraduate degree, I noticed that there were no cake shops around. So if people had to order for birthday cakes or they needed cakes for different parties or celebrations they may have, they had to travel almost 20 or 30 minutes to the closest cake shop. So I identified a gap. So it could be anything. It could be that there is no laundry service in your hall of residence or in your hostel, or there is no delivery services on your campus. So you have to identify a gap, and the best way to identify a gap is to listen to what the students are complaining about. So what are they complaining about, and how can you actually fulfill that need and create a business out of it? So you have to identify a gap. The next thing is, after you identify this gap, how are you going to fill the gap? How are you going to meet the needs of your potential customers? So for instance, using my example, when I noticed that there were no cake shops around my university, I knew that I had baking skills because I had acquired it before I came to do my undergraduate degree. So what I did was I started thinking, so how am I actually going to start a business out of this? What materials do I need to start a cake business? Do I have the money? Or what exactly do I need? So in business, we call this identifying your resources. So what resources would you need to actually start your business? So would you need a supplier? So in my own case, it would be, where do I actually go buy the ingredients from? So the flour, the butter, the milk, and things like that. Who are my potential customers? So in my case, it was my fellow students complaining that there were no cake shops around. Would I need employees? In my case, when I was doing my undergrad, I didn't need any employees. I could do everything by myself because it was really, really small. So identifying what resources you would need is really important because it will give you an idea of how much capital you would need. And my advice is always start small. So don't go and buy very expensive equipment or machineries that you may not need because you haven't tested this business, so you don't know if it's going to be profitable. So the best thing to do is to start as small as possible. If you're liking this video so far, please click the like button and leave a comment down in the comment section below because it helps boost the video. And don't forget to share it with your family and friends. Now let's go back to our topic of discussion. And that leads to the next point. Please make sure that you're using the resources that you already have, that is already available to you. Back to my own example, I used my cooker. My cooker already had an oven. It was a really small oven, but that's all I needed. And I started to bake. So you must test your product. So my family and my friends really benefited from this because before I started to sell any product to anybody while I was doing my undergraduate degree in Africa, I made sure that I tested each product. So I was baking continuously and giving it to my friends and my family to test and give me feedback because that was very important. I would ask them, so how much would you be willing to pay for this cake and things like that? And that's the next point. You need to do your market market research to estimate how many potential customers you would have. Is this actually going to be worth it for you to start this business? Because the last thing you want to do is to start a business that is not required and people don't actually need that product or they don't need that service. It will give you an idea. And if you identify through your market research, through talking to people, carrying out survey, and actually getting the opinions of your family, your friends, and your potential customers, and you see that it's a viable idea, I think you should start small. So start selling your product to your family and friends. If your family and friends pay for your products, you'll be able to generate enough capital to actually expand your product. But another key aspect of this is to make sure that you're getting feedback on how to improve your product, because before you start selling to customers that you don't know, you have to make sure that the product you're selling or the service you're providing is really of good quality. Because as a business owner, your goal should be to add value to your customers, because if your customers believe that they are not getting value for their money, they are not going to patronize your business. Okay, so this is where we're going to stop today in this video. If you want me to give you examples of the business I started during my undergraduate degree, please let me know down in the comment section below. If you want me to actually tell you more about my own personal experience, please let me know down in the comment section below. Are you a student? Have you started a business? Please let me know down in the comment section below. And if you have any questions with regards to this video, please also put it down in the comment section below. I want to say thank you to everybody who's watched to the end of this video. If you're new here and you have not yet subscribed, please subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking the red button below. Also, feel free to add to the conversation. Don't forget to like and share my videos and click notification bell so you always know when I upload. Thanks guys. See you next week. Bye guys.